Hi, Mark again from Concealed Carry Safety for Personal Defense. You may be wondering what the qualifications are to be able to come and take this course. You need to be 21 years of age before you attend the course because we're going to have you handle a handgun, and that's what the law requires. Secondly, you have to be eligible for an Illinois Firearm Owner's Identification Card. You need not have one already. We'll help you get that as well as part of the qualification and application process. Third, make sure that you are not prohibited by state or federal law from possessing firearms or ammunition. If you're not sure about that, give us a call. We'll talk to you about it. You have to be physically capable of safely handling a firearm, loading it and unloading it, and being able to be at the range and shoot. If you have any type of a disability, please contact us. We can work around most things. If you can get here, we can probably get you through it. The instruction is divided up into 4 modules as we have discussed before. There's 4 4-hour sections. Section 1 and 2 are done on Saturday for the weekend course, or the first 2 days of any 4-day or 4-evening course during the course of the week. Those sections cover the physiological, psychological, and physical reactions that you're going to have from being involved in a deadly force encounter. We're going to go through basic stance. We're going to go through the grip, sight alignment, sight picture, trigger control, breath control, and the ability to reacquire a target after you fired your first round. We're going to go through all the firearm safety rules that are required to make sure nobody gets hurt. Then we're going to talk about the proper ways to have your firearm either concealed or stored on your person, in your vehicle, in your home, or if you're at a public building. All of this is covered from the standpoint of what the law requires, and we add additional amounts in covering what I would suggest you do based on my police experience to avoid any problems. Our instruction schedule sometimes has to be altered based on range availability, but that's always done either in the 3rd or the 4th module. On the weekend, that would be Sunday, and during the week, that would be the Wednesday, Thursday components. We may have to move them around based on range availability, but we will let you know well in advance where you need to be and when you need to be there. If you're going to be bringing your own firearm, make sure you have a valid FOID prior to transporting it. When you bring it to the range, it should be cased, and make sure when you come back here, we'll bring it inside and lock it up for you to make sure that nothing happens in a parking lot. Please don't bring any loaded firearms anyplace. If you have preloaded some magazines, that's okay, just don't put them in the gun until we've cleared you and we're on the range where it's safe to do so. We suggest that you wear a sturdy pair of trousers with a good belt on them. The reason is we need to put a holster on and teach you how to draw a firearm as part of our training. You'll first learn how to draw a firearm from an unencumbered position so that you go through the basics and the mechanics of how to get it out of the holster and present it towards a target. Then we'll show you how to do the same thing from a garment that you're wearing that may be open in the front, like a zippered jacket or a snap jacket that's not zipped. Then we'll show you how to do it from a closed garment that maybe you can't open rapidly, so you have to get it out of the way to get your firearm out. This would tell us that you need to be able to wear comfortable shoes because you're going to be moving just a little bit when you're in the classroom. Those same sturdy shoes would be important for you to wear when you're on the range because there's going to be spent shell casings on the floor, and this may make your footing less than perfect. We don't want you to get hurt. We require that you wear a baseball-type cap with a bill on it to avoid any expended casings that are being ejected from either your firearm or one near you from lodging behind the safety glasses that you must wear on the range. Wear a long-sleeve shirt with a high collar that you can button closed to, again, avoid what might still be warm casings from landing on you and causing any discomfort or going down your clothing and getting lodged against your skin. This is all just common sense. I'm sure you've thought of it on your own. We just want to make sure that nobody gets hurt. When you show up at the range, keep your firearm cased. When you bring it out onto the range, keep your firearm cased. We'll ask you to put the case onto the bench in the range, and one of our instructors, probably me, will check it to make sure it's safe before we'll ask you to then load it and keep it pointed downrange. During our initial arrival at most of the times at the range, we're going to go over the safety rules with you and the basic concepts of your firearms handling and marksmanship, just to make sure you didn't forget them, to remind you so you have a pleasant and enjoyable time while you're at the range and make sure that you qualify. You're going to fire 30 rounds minimum. We actually have you do 50. Why? We let you warm up with 20 rounds to let you know that it's going to be a pretty easy job and you won't have to worry about passing it in case you get test jitters like some people do. So we'll try to warm up first 5 rounds from the firearm at 5 yards, which is the closest distance you have to qualify with. Then we'll move the target out to 7 yards and you'll fire another 5 rounds, which is the second distance you'll have to shoot at. Then you'll reload with another 10-round magazine or reload 5 rounds into a revolver or a firearm not capable of holding 10 rounds. And we'll move the target out to 10 yards or 30 feet. At that point, you'll fire 10 rounds. We'll bring the target in, we'll take a look at it. If you have any questions or I have any helpful advice for you, we'll go through it. If you want to take your target home to mama, just put it down on the floor underneath your range. Then we'll hang up your qualification target. This will go out to 5 yards. You will then load 10 rounds if your firearm is capable of it. And without any time limitations, you will fire 10 rounds at that target at 5 yards. We will then bench an empty gun with the magazine out if it's a semi-automatic with the slide lock to the rear. We'll move the targets out to 7 yards. You'll pick up your firearm, reload it properly under my direction, and then fire another 10 rounds at 7 yards at that same target. When that firearm is empty, you'll bench it in a safe manner as you've been trained, and we'll move the targets out to 10 yards. At that point, you'll pick up your gun upon our direction, reload it with 10 rounds, and fire your last 10 rounds of the 30 for your qualification at that same target again. We'll then bring the target in. No, you can't take that one home to mama. We're going to score it. We're going to keep it. For your information, we have not yet ever had anyone fail to qualify. A couple people have had to make a couple attempts at it, but it's never been a problem. Once you get past the jitters, we'll take care of everything for you. Give us a call. We'll get you registered, which again can be done right through our website, and we'll get you into the class that you need to be in based on your schedule.